He's doing stuff, so God bless him.
So this is Owen's back, and you sent me this.
Owen's doing good.
What happened, man? Why is he so sad?
Well, because of all the brave men and women who died.
All right.
In the wars.
All right, let's see.
Because the Jew is a child ticket.
By the way, Royce did not timestamp that.
No, I did not.
He literally just picked somewhere roughly in the area where we needed to cover.
Yeah, I swear to God. I swear to God that was not done on purpose.
Oh, that's hilarious.
That was not done on purpose.
You just can't. It's always... With Owen, it's always gold. Wherever you unpause,
immediately,
it's always gold. I'd be nervous if that was me. If you pulled up a clip of me and you're like, just hit play, and I'm like, the Jew, I'd be like, oh boy, what part of the video is this? What part of the video is this?
Shapiro types, right? Like they're children.
The title of this episode is Ben Shapiro's Worse Than Hitler.
They're like, we got to take out Saudi Arabia and Pakistan, and then we'll take out, and then the Birch.
It's not a great Shapiro.
Gold and the people
okay,
that
so listen, Iran is a threat, okay, and Israel is the only democracy in the Middle East, okay, and Arabs have it infinitely better in Israel than they do in other Arab countries.
Did it? The people that knew better, the people that allowed these whores to invade our foreign policy are disgusting. I think John McCain and those war fuckers, those people that implement.
They fuck war.
Fuckers.
They fuck war.
They fuck war, or they fuck in times of war.
I think they fuck in time. Maybe both.
Because honestly, that sounds like a great name. Like if you had to name your mercenary unit,
war fucker.
We're gonna call ourselves the war fuckers. People are like, Jesus, that is an intimidating name. Send in the war fuckers.
Implemented the Jew policy are way more evil. I can't believe they sold us out like that. I really can't. I can't believe that they started these endless wars. And Afghanistan isn't even.
You can't believe that. You can't believe that somebody who did something 109 other times, you just didn't see it coming. Another 110 was just that was the link. He said they're not going to do it 110. Like if a woman was cheating on you in your relationship, right? 109 times. Would you go, honestly, I know it might sound crazy. Didn't see the 110th time coming. I know. Stupid me.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me 109 times.
110 times throughout history.
Shame on me.
Shame on, I guess me.
Me, yeah.
That profitable for Israel. I think that was more for a small group of American.
James Rollins, perfect comment. He's like 15 years late on this.
Yeah, it's like, all right, welcome. Well, you're right. Welcome to 2004, Owen.
Elites. They wanted the minerals, the opium. It's got Bushes written all over it.
Because the only people involved in natural gas, energy, and natural resources are the Bush family. The only ones.
Mm-hmm.
Like Iraq was all about Israel. Yemen's all about Israel. Afghanistan was all about the pharmaceuticals,
He's doing good. He scared himself.
He hit his piano.
He scared himself, I think.
He hit his piano.
He literally startled himself. Imagine being so amped up on fucking Adderall. Like, trust me, I've been amped up on Adderall before. I've never been like, ding, ha! What's happening in here? Ghosts.
Disgusting.
Apparently I heard Dolev's not talking to him anymore. She's just not because of this. That's what he's admitted it. That Dolev is just not.
See that, Owen?
Really
See, I do some Jew stuff now and again, and we still have our Israeli Jews that like us. Well, I think one of them's done with us.
Really?
Yeah.
What happened?
I don't want to say by name, but
fine. But what happened?
The one that's not closer.
Okay.
It was yelling at us the other night in Discord.
For doing what?
Because they were doing the usual this late night drunken discussions.
Oh, of course.
Of geopolitical, foreign stuff.
Was Mel Gibson in there?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's all you need to say. No, it's fine. I got it. I get it.
It was Mel and Cool Scott.
Okay. Yeah. No, that makes sense.
And he just had but the thing was,
and they both sound alike.
He melted down on them out of nowhere. It wasn't and they weren't really being edgy boys. I was there. I was in the voice chat. They were having a chat, But they were not being edgy boys. And the
Right.
dude just started yelling at them, and they were like, we weren't really doing anything. And then, of course, Mel Gibson was like,
Took it to the next level.
yeah, and he's like, you're an anti-Semite. You're fucking neo-Nazi. And then, of course, Mel Gibson's fucking with his head. He's like, my wife's Jewish, you son of a bitch. And it's just all bullshit. Like, I love the way he just twists things. My wife's Jewish, you son of a bitch. I mean, I didn't know. And then later on, is your wife really Jewish? Oh, no. Just fucking with him.
Sorry, Owen, back to you.
I can't stand thinking about it, to be honest with you. I like revealing creeps and evil and stuff, but like the amount of death that these people have done.
How long before he goes full nuke Israel?
What time is it?
Because honestly, like, I'm very critical of Zionism and Israel. Trust me, it's gotten me in trouble on Twitter now and again. But there's a way to say, like, okay, I don't like what you're doing, and I don't like your lobbying groups, and I don't like what you're doing meddling in my country. But that like, people just think that you have to go to this extreme. Like, all countries are trying to subvert and infiltrate each other through elections, through commerce, through all that shit. Russia's trying to get at, like, people that think that Russia's not trying to do anything to us are just as retarded as think that Trump is an agent of Russia.
Right.
But Russia is, of course, always trying to hack
They've
our
always
shit
been, yeah.
or steal money. China does it too.
yeah.
Yeah, like, so I don't want to, like, glass Israel, but I do kind of want to bop them on the nose and go, enough. Enough. Either I get my wall or you get your wall. We're taking your wall back. We're going to take your wall back, put it where our wall's supposed to be. Like, I don't want any bad to happen. There's a difference between saying, hey, we need to sit down with these fucking people and reassert ourselves in this relationship, as opposed to what he's going to go full. Guys, we need to glass that place. You're going to be like, whoa, that's not what anybody's saying. I don't even think, like, critics of Israel are saying that. They're just saying, like, hey, can we give you, like, $1 billion a year less so I can get my wall? It's just little things. You know, if you keep us alive and you keep us thriving over here, then we can continue to be your pit bulls forevermore. I have no problem with that. But you started getting a little greedy and just squeezing us for too much. And all I'm saying is, let's sit down, just like Trump's doing with everybody else, and go, it's time to renegotiate the contract. You're getting way too much out of this equation. But he's going to go full, like, crazy in soon.
J Lord says, at this point, how do we know Owen isn't trolling at this point? Yeah, great troll. Lose every source of income you have.
Yeah, lose your friends.
Not be able to pay for your home.
Have your wife yelling at you.
You're right. No, this is great.
Which earlier in this video, I don't remember where, but somewhere in this video, he actually did say, my wife's been yelling at me, telling me, you know, that I can't drink on stream. I shouldn't drink on stream. And then he immediately proceeds to get more drunk than I've ever seen him in his life on stream. So she's getting tired of his shit too. By the way, I said by March or April, this is April, folks. I've got this month. If she fucking tells him to go stay at a hotel for a couple days, I win. I win.
Somebody pointed out that he ages a year every month now. He is, you know, every time the last time we clipped the Owen thing, that's all you guys talk about. Owen's outside, you fat slobs. That's what it looks like when you work outside. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
I watch Tweaker Hunters. I know,
Yeah.
you know, cracker tweak, bro. That's not. By the way, I'm a drinking lad. I like to have a drink now and again. Boy, did I this weekend. I too have to take certain medications to keep my focus. I'm not a healthy guy, but why am I not aging 30 years in 1 year? Like, we worked our dicks off trying to get this show up and running, and you know what? Yeah, we beat ourselves up a little bit, but Royce and I don't look 15 years older because of it.
That's
like,
true.
Jesus, man, have some water once in a while, Owen. Go for a walk. Like, just, you know what I mean? Like, there's things you can do to just chill. He's not chilling. That's not a man who's chilled.
Somebody says for a tall dude, he has small hands. He really does kind of have small hands, doesn't he?
My other friend wrote this. Peppy. All right, so this is my boy. Fuck, dude.
Okay, so this is where he cries.
I'll show you this now. I'll keep reading the super chat. This is one of my best friends in the Adirondacks. This is like, he loved comedy, dude. He loved comedy.
Somebody said, too, that he Somebody said that he said on, I guess, on a stream today that he's not going to be drinking anymore. How many times has he said this?
This will be the fifth time, I think.
At least the fourth. I can remember at least. Yeah.
I think 4,
but
for
possibly
sure.
5 times that he said, "Yeah, no more drinking for me, guys," and he gets even more drunk on the next. Yeah. That's a drinking problem, by the way. Told him to embrace this a month ago. Just embrace it. Just I like to have a taste.
My brother hired him to do tree work because he was so fucked up from the war, right? And he called it trehab because he was on heroin, and he got off heroin, and he needed a mission. He used to call my brother team leader, TL. He'd be like, TL, what do I do? And it was called my Facebook picture that I'm not even allowed on Facebook, but it's me and him sitting in little chairs that we made with chainsaws out of tree stumps.
Little chairs.
They're called friendship chairs.
Friendship chairs, Rice. You ever sit in a friendship chair?
No, I just had normal chairs.
And so we called it trehab. He called it
friendship
trehab.
chair sounds like some kind of gay sex move.
It does.
Right?
It really does.
Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
it's
like-
when one guy gets down and shapes himself like a chair, but with an erection, and then the other guy sits on his lap. And we call that a friendship chair.
Dude, trehab. Because he just needed a fucking mission, or else he would have killed himself with heroin. Okay, this is my buddy.
So
Nick.
can I paint the picture a little differently?
Sure.
So you and your predatory brother hired a dude with a known drug problem so that you could probably take advantage of him and pay him much less than anybody else, right? Is that what it sounds like to me?
That's
Like
kind of what it sounds
you
like.
ran a business.
Yeah.
I'm sure you have 1 or 2 junkies
Of
flip
course.
through and like they usually have a felony. They're on papers. They usually work for a little less. Sometimes you cut some corners now and again. This doesn't sound like we helped him. This sounds like we hired this dude to do brutal tree work and do all of our bitch work for us and probably paid him $8 an hour. But he was my friend. He was my friend.
Wrote this. Justin Roque is dead. I consider him a friend, although there are several who are in a better position to write this than I am. By the way, Pappy served in the Army. His brother served in the Army. All of us, not me, but like my people served as Ben Shapiro moves, lines on the sand. What was that Pink Floyd lyric? Forward they cried, from the rear and the front rank died. The generals sat, and the lines on the map moved from side to side.
But okay, you're criticizing Ben Shapiro, but Ben Shapiro should be criticized. I listened to some this week, and he's just such a neocon. Did you hear Ben Shapiro going against the Atlantic or the whatever some magazine called him alt-right, and he lost his mind?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And he, of course, instead of defending himself, going, "Hey, man, I'm not alt-right, whatever," he goes, "Actually, you know what? The alt-right is sick, and these people are dumb, okay? All right? Okay? So all these people think that Richard Spencer's a piece of shit. And also, Milo Yiannopoulos, he starts going off on everybody. I'm like, shut up, Owen. Shut up, fucking.
That's the
Ben.
new game. That's the new hustle.
Yeah.
See, it's not good enough. It used to be good enough if they just got you to disavow.
Right.
They would settle for that. But nowadays, it's not enough. They want you to join them
Yes.
in putting to the boots to their list of disapproved people from the internet. And if you put a good enough show on for them, then you're part of the club. Ben Shapiro is clearly part of the club.
I've heard Ben Shapiro say, this is a quote, reparations are dumb, okay? We shouldn't be giving people money for something our ancestors did. However, I do believe that survivors of the Holocaust should get reparations from the German government. He said that in the same sentence.
Listen to that again. Forward they cried, from the rear and the front rank.
Dude, Pink Floyd, been around since the 60s. Are you now breaking down records, anti-war records, man?
Died.
Sorry, I haven't
The
watched
general
them in a while,
sat
so.
and the lines on the map moved from side to side. Ben Shapiro is one of those guys, and he watches the lines move from side to side because of his disgusting paranoia. He's an American citizen, and all he can think about is
Owen, again, you're not far off on a lot of the Ben Shapiro stuff. I would only love to agree with you, but
You need a better spokesperson.
You're saying somebody else's paranoid isn't fucking, doesn't really work for you, bud. You don't think we went to the moon? Is this where he cries?
Get this rat face.
Yeah.
We just started killing anything Muslimish. Justin once walked into the barracks in Afghanistan to see a friend using a knife trying to amputate his own arm. Justin would also tell the story of the time he shot a shepherd. He watched through his scope as the man's daughter tried picking up the pieces of the brain and skull. A macabre version of Humpty Dumpty. Quote unquote, I'm an innocent murderer living here today scot-free because that's what you wanted me to do. You gave me medals and ribbons, you gave me pats on the back and ruffled my hair, and I murdered people. Now send me back to civilization, send a murderer back. Murder is murder. No matter what continent it's on or thousands of miles away, it's still something. After Afghanistan, Justin kept a pistol in his car but stopped after realizing he wanted to use it while driving or waiting in line at a drive-thru.
Now he's also on heroin, right? This is the same guy?
We're on heroin.
Well, not anymore, but...
We're on heroin.
Yeah.
He couldn't sleep. Insomnia. His mind was always overloaded and racing. Thoughts of the people he has killed. Not all. Some he was glad to kill, but certain ones did haunt him. Thoughts of seeing others killed. He never stopped being a sniper. He constantly thought about his surroundings, ways he would set up if he needed to kill again. He was constantly on edge, constantly trying to keep his mind occupied, constantly trying to live, constantly racing and constantly in need of more, constantly fighting.
Bill Belichick
Chasing
has
and
a good
feeling
point
of
in the chat.
combat.
Yeah, it's called opiate withdrawal symptoms.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny, like to me, like all these people that always use, there's a million other excuses for why they're, either say they can't sleep, or they say they're sick, or they say they've got like nightmares from their dark days. It's opiate withdrawals. You can see the people that go, I have chronic pain. It's opiate withdrawals.
Yeah.
It's because you were on opiates, because you did have a legitimate illness. The legitimate illness cleared up, and now you want more. Your body wants more opiates.
Yeah.
And every time you stop doing them, you get phantom pain. You literally, I withdrawn from opiates before. You get like where you go, oh God, I'm in pain. But you're not in any pain. If you go to a doctor, they're going to go, there's literally nothing wrong with you. We did every scan we could. So that's what it is. But people are always like, nah, man, stick it to all the people that killed in the war. Yeah, I know guys that kill people in war and they regret it. And they have a 6-pack of Newcastle and they go to sleep at night. They're not,
Right.
So it's opiate withdrawals.
Scans of Justin's brain showed literally that his brain physically changed from the war. Can one ever be the same with a changed brain? On my way to work on Wednesday, I saw an ambulance and police car racing down the road in the direction of his apartment, and I wondered for a brief, non-serious moment if they were for him. Later that afternoon, my fleeting thought became reality.
This is where it starts to break. This is where it gets really weird.
We went to his apartment that evening. We didn't know how it works. Does his mother have to come get his belongings? We just wanted to make it decent for his mother. I didn't want her to see anything drug related. Dude, I was right there. Typing that seems idiotic. Her son died of a drug overdose. Fuck. Hang on. She knew and knows about his addiction, but still we wanted to help in some way. A friend took his guitar. That was my brother.
And for the people saying I can't laugh at him, are we laughing? I'm not laughing at him.
Who's laughing?
Pointing out that, he's obviously in the middle of a fucking meltdown. But I will say this. He's doing the like, I'm going to cry and like, I'm going to cry about this dead Marine who died in these Jewish wars or whatever he's whatever angle he's taking with this.
Right.
But that like, you can cry while you're doing something sad and have nothing to do with the thing you're reading. You know what I mean? Like that reading that might have been the catalyst for him crying, but these tears are still based in his own, like how he feels. It's his narcissism. He's realizing right now he's completely isolated. He's cut off from everything now.
Yeah.
And he's doubling down even more. He can't be wrong.
I think this crying is him realizing, oh my God, am I turning into this dude that he's talking about? You know? Because I mean, like you said, he doesn't stop drinking. He's just fucking always on.
Go get help. Like that, there's a point where there's more than enough fucking footage of this guy that if this were the state of Florida, if I were related to Owen, I would easily be able to take clips of him, go to the sheriff's department, and get him Baker acted. Easily. The dog stuff, the winging beer bottles, the crying, the screaming, the threats, the doxing. Like, you could show that to somebody and go, he needs to be involuntarily committed before it's too late. And trust me, I'm not a big fan of involuntary. Like, I'm not a big fan of a bunch of fucking busybodies getting into your business and having you locked up. Trust me, that is a last fucking ditch thing that you would do. But my God, that guy needs help.
Yeah, no, definitely. All right, well, let's continue. Take this serious, guys.
Some 18 years ago, I left Dayton, Ohio, with 2 very bad knees.
And a dream to kill Ben Shapiro.
And a dream to become a Major League Baseball player.
And a dream to die in the Jews' wars. And a dream to go to the moon.
I thank God that the dream came true.
It sure did, Owen. It sure did come true.
Oh, fuck, man.
He's doing good, though. I think he's doing great.
Oh, we got a couple. We got a couple donations. We got a super chat. Hemshay, $5. Thank you, Mr. Lax. Boss says, you guys are dicks for real, but then he's laughing. Well, yeah, we are dicks. We said that at the beginning.
I miss you, Ben Shapiro. I love he still can't get the aspect ratios right for any of his images, so they take up half the screen.
We didn't want it to disappear, and we'll deliver it to his mother. Fuck! There were no
now I'm
illegal.
going to use my friends dying of a drug overdose to make you feel sorry for me, because that's what a normal person does. Like a normal person would.
Somebody said earlier, well, you got to give him credit for keep doing the streams even though he's demonetized. No, he's put himself in a position where he has to now. He has to do it for people mailing him checks, for people sending him PayPals. He has to do it. So this isn't like he has no other option now but to do it.
And he's still pushing people over to PayPal. He's still making money on PayPal.
I don't understand why he hasn't set up a Streamlabs. It doesn't make sense to me.
He's dumb.
Drugs.
I don't know why are these images taking up half the screen, Royce? Same answer. He's dumb.
He's dumb. He's not very
Or
smart.
lazy. I won't say dumb. I'll go with lazy. Because honestly, I know some dumb motherfuckers that are figuring out Streamlabs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's be fair.
Yeah, Cousin Joe knows how to do it.
I was
He's an
actually going to
idiot.
say Cousin Joe.
Yeah.
Do we not love Cousin Joe?
I love Cousin
Is
Joe.
he not immensely talented?
Yes, very funny. One of the
Amazing.
funniest people I know.
Is he like fucking 141 IQ guy?
No, of course not.
But he's not lazy. Well, he's kind of lazy. But when he applies himself,
He's very funny.
he can figure it out.
Yeah.
He figured out Streamlabs. Like, it's laziness, not stupidity. It's just like, why bother? It's like, I'll have a guy that would come set it up. Like, even if I had a guy come set my shit up, I would watch that guy. So I
I
go
could
like,
learn.
how does that? Oh, so that's a browser source. So that goes into okay. Like I wouldn't get in their way. I would just watch, and then that way, when my shit breaks,
It's really not an excuse, man. You could go find a YouTube video on how to do anything. Like, you know what I mean? You could go right now and so how to set up Streamlabs, and there'll be a guy, an autistic guy who has a 20-minute
he's
video.
farming.
Oh, you're right.
He's farming. He's got to do the farming.
You're right.
He's building toxic treated wood raised beds.
Otaka Trash, $10 Streamlabs. Why did the coffee file a police report? It got mugged. Love you guys. LOL.
You're disavowed. You're
It's
out of
April
the community.
Fool's. He's allowed.
Out of the community.
But bottle
Just
after
kidding,
bottle of
April
prescription
Fools.
It's a good joke. I hate April Fool's.
No, but seriously, don't come back.
drugs, all prescribed, roughly 10 pills a day to treat his PTSD. Identified from
It's just a weird way to. He's like angry at his emotions.
Oh, but can we? I like predicting comments because when I clip this and I put up the Owen thing, the Bears always show up because they search for anything about him. So they're gonna go, "Oh wow, guys, somebody's showing a real, genuine moment, and you have to mock him." Imagine if it was your friend. Then there'll be the crazy ones that'll go, "I hope that happens to you." Then there'll be
it has. I've turned cold blue people over that had vomit crusted on their face who I loved. It's happened to me, so I've already experienced that.
Then they're gonna say, "You guys are fat pieces of shit, you slobs. He's outside in the sun working all day. Look at you guys. I bet you can't even see your toes." So these are the typical Bear comments.
I actually need to shave them.
Yes, these are typical Bear comments.
Identified from the military paperwork thumbtacked on the wall as 9411 post-traumatic stress disorder. The picture of the...
I had another Marine friend. His name was Nimmer.
Remember, guys.
He pretended he was in the Marines.
Oh, he gets to that.
Oh, no way, really?
I don't think it's during the crying, but at some point I think he brings it up. But, yeah, guys, look. I can point out that this guy's using his dead friend to score pity points and cry so that you guys will keep fucking rallying behind him. I'm allowed to do that. So you can leave all the hateful comments you want. I'm providing commentary. I have an opinion on the matter. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But you know what? This guy's never been authentic or genuine. So, no, I'm not buying it.
Boss, $5 says, in all honesty, as a Marine, every time this guy talks about Marines, it somehow benefits him. That is something I'm not really for. People act like they care all the way to the bank. So this is Boss who's a Marine.
Oh, that's most. And by the way, that is most of the MAGA movement.
Yeah, you're right.
That is almost all of the MAGA movement. All these people are like, I got Marine, but they're heroes, though. And you're like, oh, wow, so all your Marine buddies, so you served? Well, no, I didn't serve, but man, those boys are heroes. You're like, wait, so why are you wearing all this tactic shit?
Yeah,
like,
Dilly.
Why do you have your frayed brim American flag hat and all that bullshit? You're right, though. They're all full of shit. And all the guys I know that actually served, you'd be like, yo, this guy's a hero. And they'll be like, shut up with that shit. Don't even talk about that shit. I'm trying to have a good time here.
At the top of the... fuck!
What is even his crying is weird.
He's mad at his
emotions
for
either lean
inconveniencing.
into the crying and get it out of your system, or say, hey, I'll be back. I'm going to go cool off. Here's an old stand-up.
That's the kind of person that makes me nervous. When they're like that, when they're all fucked up and they're crying, but also going, because you're like, if you're just crying, that guy's usually safe. Like, let that guy go have a cry in the corner and he'll be all right. But when they're going, you're like, oh, God, this is the kind of guy that just blacks out, reaches for a butcher knife, and comes back into the party and starts swinging it at people wildly.
Can you imagine inside Amy's trying to watch, like, Project Runway, and all she hears from the outside is,
welcome to Shay. What's up? I'm Mark Cuban. Welcome to Shark Tank. We got the Diorio brothers today. So what do you got for me? Well, it's a birdhouse that autofills. So basically, the birdhouse will autofill with bird seed.
he served bravely!
Every 2 to 3 days, so you don't have to keep going out in adverse weather.
Fucking Jews!
It does the bird seed for you. And then it also converts the bird poop into compost underneath.
Clink, 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 clink,
I'd
clink,
like to
clink,
give
clink,
you
clink.
$250,000 for 10% of the business and 2% of the Honey, could you maybe stop?
She keeps hitting pause on the DVR.
And then there's
she
a little.
keeps hitting pause.
You know what? No, I'm doing my show. How much is a little bald Jew guy offering for the fucking bird bath?
Clunk. Clunk.
Jesus, thanks. Tell George to bring me a beer.
George is walking outside with a White Claw in his mouth, trying not to get beat.
So I'll be making a smoked salmon today with a nice light raspberry vinaigrette, and it'll be topped by a mango salsa. And what do you think, Kirimoto? Hey,
Fucking Jews! You fuck! Bet your barrel's a faggot!
Poor guy.
Oh, fuck. Davey Croco says, great editing, Owen. I'd cry too. Sup, fellas. Thanks for the super chat, bud.
Appreciate it.
The picture at the top of this page was next to the paperwork. In the corner, a syringe of Narcan designed to save those.
Wait. So he didn't kill himself, like put a gun to his head, or...
Well, he OD'd.
But he was already doing heroin.
No, there's a good chance he just OD'd.
Oh.
Like, I almost OD'd once. Not on heroin, but on a really toxic
Love.
combination on love. No, first I OD'd on love. Then after that, when we broke up, I OD'd on various pharmaceuticals that you're not supposed to take at the time. Don't take Klonopin and Seroquel and pain pills at the same time. They say don't do that.
Klonopin by itself, it fucks your world up.
Yeah, it's Seroquel, man. Woo, yeah, I was on a different planet. But that could have been, given my troubles at the time, could have been perceived as I tried to kill myself. But it's like that would have been one where if I died, everyone would have thought that, and it would have been like, no, I was just dumb, wasn't paying attention.
Katie says, I've admittedly narconned myself. Well, look, I can't get mad if you do it for yourself. If you're taking care of yourself, you're not using resources.
You saved the resources of your local community, and
that's fair. We'll give you that.
In the midst of an opioid overdose. The same friend with the guitar, a friend to Justin who helped him as best he could and perhaps as best as anyone could, said this choke.
Sherry says, I woke up in the hospital because I downed a bottle of Somas. Oof. Matt Mess, menopause and White Claws, the Amy Benjamin divorce story. Oh, no.
Looking back tears in the backseat of my car. Is my brother. He's
It's the weirdest.
just wanted to be normal like you and me.
Oops. My bad. There he goes.
In a world that saw President Obama escalate the war in Afghanistan, having over 75% of the war's casualties occur during his time in office. In a world that has now the Taliban and other similar factions controlling 85% of Helmand province, a troop surge for no purpose. A world where the media cavalry calls Al Qaeda,
or does he cry more, you think?
rebels in
I
Syria.
think it's
A world
pretty much
where,
the end of
despite
it.
the majority of Americans' heroin coming from Mexico,
I think he
one is
cries a little more towards the end of the picture being on screen, but
That's what he sounds. That's what he sounds like. He sounds like Tim Allen, right?
somebody said Kez Dodick says he is crying because he's loyal to his lying to his loyal fans. Anyone buy the cheesy janitor story? More like his overlords pump the brakes, then he bans me.
able to racist for wanting to secure the border. A world where during the election cycle of 2016, despite thousands of hours of coverage, the war in Afghanistan, story about the wild man at the bottom of the lake, a story about the wild man that is in all of us. It just remains dormant. Perhaps it only...
Oh, and move your head to the side of the screen, man. If you're going to put the pictures up there, then move your...
laptop over so you're in the...
I know.
Or better yet, why don't you make the pictures smaller?
Get an overlay, Owen.
It comes out in those who suffer the savagery of war.
Billy Knight says, my dad shot himself when I was 19. I have never acted like this when I have to tell the story.
Yeah, I got to show you another picture of this dude.
You know what
Still
he
my
looks like?
fucking
I love this.
picture.
I love the guy. It's like he's crying because his friend died. You animal. That's what it is. You are what we call, sir, an enabler. You see what I mean? You are an enabler. You are the guy that will let somebody get away with any kind of despicable behavior, and you go, bro, his friend died, dude. Give him a break. And you're like, oh, okay, when did that happen? Like 3 years ago? You're like, oh, shut the fuck up. How long do we got to put up with this bullshit from this guy? And then he's a grown fucking man. I got plenty of friends in the ground, and I still have to function.
Can I real quick, because I wanted to get in. You reminded me of something.
You guys are monsters. No, Owen's a monster. He's an out of control monster. And faggots like you enable him when you go, dude, his foot. You know what? My mom died 12 years ago. The only time I've ever said, remember when we've done that to people that attacked us on the air?
Oh, yeah, to
but
fuck
I
with
only,
them?
but I
Yeah.
only do it as I go, hey, bro. Like, we've trolled people to the point where they were on the verge of tears. And then they go, you know what? Fuck your mother. And I'm like, hey, my mom died, bro.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm kidding. When I do things like that, I'm making fun of people like Owen. I'm making fun of people like you who think that your adversity in life makes it okay for you to manipulate people and lie to people and fuck people over and burn every bridge and make your wife hate you. You think that because he had a fucking friend die? I've had friends die. Like I said, I've had buddies when I was 20 that I turned over, they were ice cold, and there was vomit all here, all dry and shit. And went, oh, fuck, he's dead. Yeah, I can tell that story and got the Jews. I don't have to do that. So stop making excuses for him. He's a grown man. I'm assuming you're a grown man. Act like a grown-ass fucking man.
But that enabling, you're right. That giving people the out that they have every
Carte
time
blanche to act as shitty as they want.
Every time we criticize Owen or we talk about Owen, every time we talk about him, people make an excuse. It's not this, it's that. They're blinded by it. To be fair, there's been a big purge of his quote unquote bears that are now just leaving. They're like, okay, I can't anymore. But
and by the way, his buddy that he's crying about, that he cares so fucking much about, I'm willing to bet you dollars to donuts that fucking guy, probably they were making excuses for him when he was shooting junk into his fucking veins every day. And I'm sure they had all these rationalizations as to why they didn't seek help for the guy. Well, you know, he's on time to his shitty job tree trimming every day. And you know what? He fought in the war, dude. Leave him alone. No, get him help.
Ragnarok has a good point, and we covered this on the show, and I didn't even think about it, and I feel dumb for not thinking about it. He shit all over Bourdain and Brody for being cowards for killing themselves. Remember that? When he was talking about Bourdain, and he was saying, like, only fucking cowards kill themselves. We talked about it on the show a few months ago.
I definitely
where
remember
he
Brody.
was well, I remember the Bourdain.
Yeah.
He was shitting on him, saying, you have kids, man, and you killed yourself? Only cowards killed themselves. But now, all of a sudden, he has sympathy?
Well, I still don't think this guy killed himself. I think he OD'd on heroin.
But using his,
Oh,
I
yeah,
hear
of
what you're
course.
saying. But he's saying the guy killed himself, is what he's implying. The guy killed himself. So all of a sudden, Bourdain now all of a sudden is a pussy. But this guy, he's a fucking hero for killing himself. It doesn't work that way. That's where we get in trouble because we're morally consistent. As much as we shit on Owen, somebody said earlier, I'm not an Owen fan, but you guys seem salty. Please understand the history of this. He copyright struck him. He went after us. He went after Mike, his livelihood and everything. And even after all that, when he was demonetized, we had our own fans shitting on us because we said he shouldn't have been demonetized. That's fucked up. That is wrong. So we try to be morally consistent. Owen is not